Matthew Stuckey here from Verity Baptist Church Manila and Verity Baptist Church Pampanga, just with a quick missionary update. And the last 2 weeks, we had a total of 65 salvations. I didn't get around to giving an update last week. The internet was connection was really slow, so it took a while to upload the sermons and everything. And it was already toward the end of the week, so I decided to just do a double update this week. And so we're 65 salvations the past 2 weeks. Kind of the big news is we're back in MECQ here in Metro Manila. And all the borders, they have checkpoints and everything. They're being pretty strict now because the coronavirus cases are rising quite a bit right now. And so we're in modified extended community quarantine. We were in general community quarantine, but it kind of went up a notch again. And so it's definitely made things more difficult. And so just continue to be in prayer for us about that. We obviously are hoping we'll get back to a normal schedule here as soon as possible, but right now things are definitely a lot different. And so anyways, on Sundays we're still going through the book of Romans, Romans chapter 3 right now. We just finished up. Last week I talked about soul winning versus examined from Romans 3, pretty much verses 10 through 19, 10 through 20, around that area. So I thought it was really interesting. It's a really in-depth sermon. And, then this past week I preached on do we then make void the law through faith? So we'll have that uploaded this week. And it says, yea, we established the law. That was the name of the sermon. And so kind of showing that, as fundamental Baptists, yes, we preach salvation by grace through faith, but we also are the ones who preach hard against sin. We establish the law. So I talked about that. And also this past Sunday, I started a new series called The Whole Body Cast into Hell. The introduction. It's from Mark chapter 9, verses 43 through 48. And it's a pretty in-depth topic. Mark 9, verses 43 through 48, there's many applications we can draw as believers, many things we can take away from it. It's definitely a pretty deep passage, and there's a lot of different thoughts, and there's many applications we can take. So I preached kind of an application. One thing we can take away is that as believers, if we have one area of our life is filled full of sin, it can infect our entire body. And so we're going to start a series on that, as we're going to talk next week about how the hands can do that, then how the feet can do that the week after that, then how the eye can do that, and then kind of a special sermon to close it out. So check that out if you get a chance. It's a pretty in-depth sermon. We'll have it posted this week. Then on Wednesdays, of course, we're still going through Revelation, and we're getting to the Babylon section, so we're going to have 4 sermons on that, just kind of understanding the topic of Babylon, since it is pretty in-depth. And so that's what's going on here. Just continue to pray for us that things will go back to normal as soon as possible. And obviously things have been different for quite a while. It's been a crazy year. It is hard to see what's coming up